Can you hear me? I'm sorry guys, I just got stuck turning on live, so I got like 5 minutes late and I just forgot to, turn on the mic. I'm really sorry. You guys can hear me? Oh, that's good. Hi. Hi. So I see a lot of people coming into our live, but before we start our live, I have something to tell you because there seems to be a construction going on, so it might be a little noisy. Can you hear the noise? Like zzz, like that kind of noise. So the construction is going on somewhere near here. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. So it might be a little noisy. So I hope you guys can understand. Can't really hear it? Oh, that's good. That's good. Really? That's nice. Because for me, it kind of sounds a bit loudy. It's a bit loud. So I was like, worrying if it'll be too loud so you guys can be, not very comfortable to hear and watch the live. That's great. If you guys can hear it, that's great. So should we wait for a few more minutes to, people to come in and then start the live, or maybe I'll just wait for 3 minutes since it's like 7 right now. So yeah. I'm wondering about the weather in your country, because in Korea it's, getting to be like very warm. Not warm, a bit hot actually. It's almost summer. Actually, it's summer already, I think. It's very hot in here, and recently it started to rain a lot. Like from the day before yesterday, it started to rain. And it's very cloudy in Korea right now. So it's getting hot, but in a nice way. Oh, in a nice way, it's good. In a nice way, it's good. In Northeast, it's getting hot too. Oh, really? It's really hot now. It's 4:08, and it's also light outside, so I can't sleep. Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, hot weather. Summer is here, so we gotta get ready for summer. In Sweden, it's like 30, so it's very hot. In Korea, it's like, when it was really hot, like last week, we were like 28, like 29 or 30. But right now, it's like 25. But it's cloudy, not very windy, but hot. But like, it feels like very humid. Philippines is hot. Yeah. There's a storm coming in. Oh, you gotta be. It's gotta be a bit dangerous, isn't it? A storm? Is it a dangerous storm? Time to get matte powders for summer. Yeah, matte powders. Because our skin is gonna be super oily. Yeah. But you guys should know that you also have to still moisturize the skin, because moisturizing is very important. And the stupid crowd. Stupid crowds. Yeah. Crowds. There are a lot of crowds in Korea too. So since we've waited for like 3 minutes right now, I'm gonna start the live by with the greeting I do in the video. You guys know the greeting I do, right? It's kind of embarrassing to do in this live. Hi, greetings from Miami, Florida. Ah, hi. Hi. Hello to everyone. And I hope a lot of people to keep coming in. So I'm gonna do the greeting. Hey guys, it's me, Aego here. Hi. Hello. Actually, I'm with my bare face right now. I don't have any makeup on because I am gonna talk about the base makeup with Spatula. Have you guys seen the shorts video in our channel? The intro is so cute. Ah, thank you. Actually, to make this intro, like the greeting, I have thought about very many ways to do it, but I haven't think of like nothing just came to my mind, and I was like, how about like doing, hi, I'm Aego. I'm here right now, and hi, like that. So, and that made this greeting. Hey guys, it's me, Aego here. Hi, hello, like that. So, any period hacks? Well, we uploaded many shorts on our channel, and the most loved and the most watched shorts was the base makeup with Spatula. So a lot of people watched it. I didn't even realize that much people have watched it. So I also checked the comments. There were a lot of comments too. I haven't realized that there would be that much like comments because I also watch shorts. I also watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I haven't thought about leaving comments on shorts. So as for me, I never thought that I would get any like so many comments like that on shorts. So I was very surprised that a lot of people loved it and watched that video, but. And I checked all the comments, and I realized that there were a lot of questions, or maybe questions about the method of base makeup. So today I'm gonna talk about not the answers, but what should I say? I'm just gonna talk about the questions that you guys, left on the comments. Well, there were a lot of questions on the comments, and a lot of not, even if it's not a question, there were a lot of saying. So I just wanted to, talk about it. I love seeing your videos. You explain everything so easily, and I have Korean skincare. I love Korean skincare. Oh, really? Thank you. Let me just sit up straight before we get to that. The most frequently asked questions. Rather than most frequently asked questions, I am gonna go through the most asked questions. So the first question that I remember, like the first question that was that much, how do I say this? A lot of people commented that I remember is that why do we use spatula for base makeup? Because I know like there are a lot of tools like brush, hands, even our hands, and we also have puff, but why spatula? So I wanted to say about this, the reason of spatula base makeup. What do you guys think? Do you guys understand why we use spatula when we do base makeup? So I got the spatula that I have at the office, An even application. Yes, that's also the answer. That's also the answer. I think it's to get a thin layer of base makeup so it looks natural. Yes, that's the answer. It makes your makeup more evenly distributed and looks more flawless. The spatula allows for a light and seamless application. You guys know. Hey. You guys also know the answer, right? That's right. The spatula, the reason we use spatula is because of the amount of the base makeup. Because, well, you guys can use brush or puff or your hands, but like it also depends on your skin condition each day. But honestly, our skin condition can't be the same all the time, right? And also, the amount of the base makeup we use can't be the same all the time we do our makeup, right? However, I can't use it often since my skin is very sensitive. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that also later. So to keep answering, okay, let me check the comments right here. Okay. Just like the answers you guys said, the reason why we use spatula is because to have a thin layer, a very natural and flawless skincare makeup. Not skincare makeup, skin makeup, the base makeup. A lot of famous shops like hair and makeup shops, the artists also use this method a lot. And what's the reason they use it? Why did they pick this method? Like, there were a lot of people who says you have brush. Brush also makes the skin, the base makeup, very light, thin, and natural. Well, that's also correct. But rather than brush or puff or your hands or any other tool, spatula has the most thin and natural, flawless expression, and the thickness is very different. Brush also can make the base makeup very thin and light and natural, but if we tend to apply it, we can actually adjust the amount by spreading it on our face, on our cheekbone. But brush has the foundation on inside the bristles, right? So it can just apply it a bit thick. Like, for example, if I start here from applying with the brush, on this side can be a bit thick, but like on the outer side it can be a bit light. So it's very different on adjusting the amount first. And as I said before, it can be a bit different on your skin condition because we don't have the same good skin condition every time, every day, right? As for me, I also I don't know how you guys see me, but you guys can think that I have a very flawless and nice and great and glassy skin. But in real, let me see the mirror. I also have a lot of troubles on my face, like some, acne scars, and I also have a lot of troubles. So I also don't have the same good skin condition always as when I do my makeup. So actually, there are the answers that you guys said. Thin, natural, flawless, adjusting the amount. That's all the reason why we use spatula. That's the first thing that I wanted to say. That's the first thing that a lot of people talked about the base makeup with spatula. how long it's the life. My mother, it's like spying on me when I sleep, so she doesn't hear any sounds, considering if I fall asleep, because I haven't said. But then you should sleep. You must be so tired. Thank you. I feel like when I use a spatula, it fills in large pores or texture, and it makes, yes, like if you spread it like this, so the base makeup that it's applied on the spatula, it just gets in between the pores. Well, actually, brush also works good. Brush also is good, but the difference with the brush, puff, or any other tool in spatula is that it can adjust the amount while you are applying it. You can also apply small amount with brush, small amount with puff, but if you apply the base makeup with the brush or puff, the puff, for example, the puff, there are a lot of types of puff, right? But if you apply the puff, like tap it, and then the puff has the foundation, the base makeup product. It sucks in the base makeup product, and then when you apply it on your face, the puff that has the base makeup, the foundation, it just spits out and applies on the face. But as I told you, there are a lot of types of puff that, so for example, there's A puff and type B puff. So A puff spits a lot of foundation, but B puff spits less foundation. So it depends on what kind of puff you also use. Although I still don't understand why use the spatula if afterwards you will still use a blender to blend it out instead of spatula anyways. That I also am gonna talk about it. So the second question was that question. Why do we use other blenders if we use spatula? Why do you use spatula if you're gonna blend it? Well, for that reason, like we spread the base makeup like this. Since I have BB cream right now, let me show you. So I'm just spreading my foundation like this, and I'm gonna spread it on my face. Like this. So you guys can see the area where I spreaded the foundation, right? You guys can see here, right? Only the cheek part right here. So why do we blend it if we're gonna use spatula? Just I told you before, brush is very hard to adjust the amount, and puff as well. So we don't know how much thick we apply on our skin. We feel that it's very light, but it might be thick. But spatula is very different. If we just, can you see it? If we just like use the foundation to apply on the spatula, and then when we spread it, as we spread it, it adjusts the amount as we are spreading it. We just don't apply all this foundation on our face. While we are spreading it, it just spreads it very thinly. So it just adjusts the amount very naturally. And unlike brush or puff, it's very thin. You can also apply very thinly with a brush or puff, but spatula, it just spreads it very thinly. And I don't apply all the foundation that's on this spatula. If you guys can see here, like, I applied the base on the spatula, right? But I'm not gonna use all this because as I'm spreading it, it just slides like this. It just slides. And you guys can see there is still the foundation. But I applied it on my cheek right now. Same. So it just adjusts the amount like that. But the reason why we use the puff is to blend the border right here, not to, blend the area on the center. We just use the puff to blend the border. There are many people who use brush and then blend it with the puff. Apply with our hands and blend with the puff. There are a lot of people. So if you are a brush user, if you are a person who feel that it's more comfortable to use a brush, then you can blend it with a brush too. But the reason why I showed you with the puff to blend it is because the puff is more easier way to blend the border that I spread it with a spatula. That's the second reason. I noticed I use a lot less product when I apply. Yes, that's right. If we use spatula when we are doing base makeup, even if we want to use a lot of amount, we just tend to use less product when applying with the spatula initially. Oh yes, I see. I thought you're not supposed to have leftover foundation on the spatula. I think you definitely need the puff or brush to blend around. Yes, that's right. Because I feel that it's not easy to use spatula in that area. Yes. Well, actually, you can also use spatula to, spread it on the nose by using the tip of the spatula right here. So if you see here, just put a very small amount on the spatula. Can you see that I put a very small very small amount right here, and just make your mouth like this, and then just spread it right here. Like this. So you can blend it with a blender, puff, or a brush. Any other tool that you feel that you are comfortable. How is your skin so smooth and clean? I'm always over here. Well, you guys can see that my skin is very clean, smooth, like that. But actually, I do have a lot of troubles right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, even if I zoom in. But see? Like, I do have a lot of troubles, and I also have a lot of big pores on my nose. Like, I do have a lot of blackheads on my nose and big pores on the butterfly zone. And I also have a lot of troubles right here, like scars. And you guys see that? My skin is not that much clean or smooth like you guys think. So that was the second question. Why do we use puff if you are gonna use spatula? Why do you use spatula if you're gonna use the puff anyway? That was the answer of the second question. And the last, third question. There were a lot of people who talks about like this kind of, question. It wasn't a question, but like, for example, there was a comment like, you can also use butter knife. And that's also the method. So I brought a lot of things that can be used instead of spatula. So, oh, sorry, it might be a bit noisy. So there are very many types of spatula, for example, there's a spatula like this, just like I showed you. And there's also like this kind of spatula. So the reason I'm showing you the other types of spatula or other types of tool is because if you look at the side right here, it's a bit round, not very sharp, but very flat. So it's also a good tool to use instead of the spatula that I showed you just now. It also has a round, not sharp, but very flat and thin side. So it's good to apply the base product with this one. And this one as well has a very round, not very sensitive on the skin, not very sharp, not very dangerous, but very thin side. So it's also good to apply the base makeup on our face. Even if it doesn't have the same shape, if it just has the side that's very thin, flat, you can use instead of the spatula. So there was saying that you can also use butter knife. I do have a butter knife. I also tried using this to apply the base makeup. So if like you guys, I thought that you guys can get curious about applying the base makeup with a butter knife or other tool. So I'm gonna show you how I apply it with other tool. So I thought, as soon as I saw that kind of comment, I thought maybe it can be a bit, not very cost effective to, buy another tool, because you might also have the brush, puff, but now we also need the spatula. Spatula? Why do you buy spatula like that? I thought you guys can also think like that. So I wanted to show you that there are a lot of tools that you guys can use instead of spatula. Even if you don't buy it, you can still find at home. So I removed it. I applied the foundation on the back of my hand. So let me use this butter knife. Oh, maybe this one. This is a bit more rounder. What butter knife should I use? Maybe this one? Since it has the same very straight line, it might be the same as this spatula, so I'm gonna use this one. So just apply the foundation just like we apply on the spatula, like this. Like this. Just apply it. And then just go over the cheek. Like that. Then it's applied like spatula. See? Butter knife. If you have butter knife at home, you don't have to buy another spatula, just use the butter knife. Like that. You don't have to buy it. I have a lot of tool that I can use instead of spatula, but the reason why I use spatula in that video is because to show you that in Korea there is a method that's very famous to do base makeup, and that's base makeup with spatula. I just wanted to show you that there is a method that's like this, but I'm not saying that you should buy a spatula. So I just showed you the butter knife, and now we have a spoon. It's a very teeny tiny spoon. It's a maybe teaspoon. I just got it and I just brought it. It also has a very flat and thin, but not very sharp. You guys have to check it, because if it's very sharp, it can be irritated on the skin and it can leave any scar on the skin. So you gotta check on the side right here if it's sharp, if it's okay to, spread it on the face. So if you touch it right here, if it's okay, then you can use it as a spatula. Let me raise it once more to, apply it on the face. Could you tell us your favorite brushes to apply foundation if you have any? Well, there is a lot of brushes. Actually, I also recommend it on the Olive Young Best Pick. I love Philly Millie brush. Was it 518? The brush number, I think it was 518. That's my favorite. Thank you for showing us. I've never used the tip of the spatula like that. It's a great tip. And can I use spatula with cushion? Of course. Before I got the spatula, I tried using the handle of a thin brush. Clever. Ooh, butter knife works well. Yes, butter knife also works well. And if you have spoon that has the very thin and flat but very, safe side, you can also use it as a spatula. See? I applied it right here. It's a spoon. I'm just gonna spread it right here. See? Works perfectly, right? Spoon also works perfectly. I'm just showing you that you don't have to buy a tool. I'm not telling you that you should buy it. You don't have to buy it if you have other tool that you can use instead of it. So this was the spoon. And now we have fork. I also brought fork. Actually, it has a much more thicker side, but not like a bit flat. It has a very kind of wavy shape, and it's not that kind of thick like spatula, but I still thought that it might work as a spatula. So I'm just gonna try applying it. This is the first time I used the fork. I applied it on the fork. Don't use this side. It might be dangerous. See? Works perfectly. You guys would have a fork at home, right? You guys have fork at home, right? perfect. You guys can use fork. And then, lastly, I also brought a knife. Not a real dangerous knife, but it's kind of like butter knife, but a larger size. This would be much easier. It's like a bread knife because it has a very, you know, like it has this sound. ASMR. How do I sound? Sorry. So I brought it. So I'm gonna use this side. You can't use this side, okay? It's very dangerous. So use the other side to apply the spatula, like a spatula. See, I applied it on here, and then just sweep it. Perfect. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So the reason that I'm talking about the tool, like the tool that we can use instead of spatula, is because there were a lot of people saying about spatula. Why do you use, like, why do you buy spatula? Why do you buy spatula like that? So I was like, why? Because it's spatula. So I just wanted to say that you don't have to buy another spatula if you don't, like, if you even if you don't have any spatula, because there are a lot of tools that you can use instead of spatula. If you have spatula and if you already bought one, it doesn't matter. But if you don't have it, then you can use another like tool instead of spatula that looks like spatula, like that. Like, these are the tools I use to apply on my face to show you guys. So let me check the comments. Ugh, sorry. It's possible to use spatula with cushion to squeeze out the foundation and transfer onto your hand. Yes, that's correct. Because I made a similar spatula to... Should I return my spatula? Oh. Then I should also return my spatula because I already have like 10 other tools instead of like spatula. I can't believe it never occurred to me before. But I gotta try. Yes, there are a lot of tools that you can use instead of spatula. So to show you how to use a cushion. I didn't bring any cushion today. I just thought of showing you. Is this an actual life? Yes, this is an actual life. Yes, hi. Hi. She just read new comments. I just read new comments? Oh, yeah, I just read new comments. I have a question. What do you do with the unreachable parts? Unreachable parts? Where? Like where? Where is it unreachable? Hi Aego, I love your videos. Thank you for sharing us. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to type. Sorry. I thought that you were talking to me to wave. So I just waved. Do you have to swipe the spatula from the left to right, or can it be also up to down? Up to down. The reason, okay, there is another question right there. So the reason why we do from inside to the outside or outside to the inside is because of the skin texture. You understand? Our skin texture is from inside to the outside. So with that texture, to follow that texture, if we applied the same texture as we do have, it expresses more naturally because we followed the skin texture. But like in the opposite way, if we applied outside from the inside, then it's opposite way of the skin texture, right? Because our skin texture has inside to the outside, but if we apply it outside for the inside. The reason why some people apply from the outside to the inside is to fill in between the skin texture and the pores and other stuff. Do you understand? Well, actually, I haven't tried applying up to down. Maybe I should try it. But the spatula just applies. Huh? I think she means creases by the nose and such area by the eye. Oh, okay. But this spatula just applies and then you blend it out. You don't use the spatula in the harder to reach spots. Not sure if it helps. For example, the corner of the nose or close to the eye. Oh, okay. Okay. Corner of the nose. Actually, I just showed you before. If you use spatula to apply the corner of the nose, just use the tip of the spatula. Just apply a little bit of foundation and just sweep it like right here. And then around the eyes, well, actually the skin around the eyes is very thin. So rather than just apply with the spatula, if after we apply with the spatula, we tend to blend it with a blender or like brush or any other thing to blend the border of the area where we apply with the spatula. We applied with the leftover around the eyes because the skin around the eyes is very thin. So it might get into the wrinkles, it might look a bit thick around the eyes. Like that. Did my answer help? So what was I talking about before? Oh, cushion. I haven't brought any cushion, but let me see. Let me see what cushion I can use. I haven't brought any cushion right now, but let me see what cushion I can find. Did my answer help, guys? Is there any question about the base makeup with spatula? Oh, you came. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. So I don't have any other cushion, but like only the refill right now. So I'm just gonna show you briefly how to use spatula with the cushion. So if you open the cushion, you'll have this cushion. Just sweep it like here. Just get some foundation or cushion, the amount, and then if you have it on spatula, just apply it on your hand like this, then you'll have it. I can't see myself. Then you'll have it, and just swipe it like here, like that. That's the way how to use a cushion. Do you think it's okay to use just concealer with spatula? I don't normally use foundation. Of course. Well, actually, thinking of the formulation and how it works is also the same. Like, actually the concealer has a more higher coverage, but it also works with the spatula. Can you use a tinted moisturizer with spatula instead of foundation? Of course. Just think of it very simply. You can also use skincare like cream to apply spatula. If it's anything, you can use spatula. Moisturizer, tinted moisturizer, okay. Concealer, okay. But if it's a very hardened concealer, it might be a little difficult. But if it's a liquid type concealer, it's okay. You can spread anything with spatula. Yes, that's the answer. You can spread anything. If it's not a toner, like a watery, very, very watery type, it can spread anything. I use tone-up cream with spatula with no problems. There is no problem with spatula if you spread it, anything. It just applies on very cleanly, neatly, and very thinly because it adjusts the amount while you spread it. What do you like to blend out the foundation concealer with after you spread it? A cushion, a brush? Oh, are you asking about the puff or brush? I like to blend it out with a puff because it's more easier and a faster way to do it. It's much more faster because sometimes, like, I also like to use brush, but brush takes a example. For example, I like to use pore brush. There is a brush named pore brush, like a very fluffy and like sort of like this brush. I like to blend it out with this kind of brush if I use brush, but normally I tend to use a puff because it's much more faster way to do it. Can you use a spatula on top of foundation? Like, can I use it to apply liquid blood? Of course! Should we test it? Should I try it? Oh, where is my spatula? Oh, here. Should I try it? So you're asking me about, is it okay to apply a blush with the spatula? Please try. Okay, I'm gonna try it. First, foundation. Just gonna apply it right here. Like that. Oh, I didn't also bring any puff right now, so I'm just gonna blend it with my finger. Just as I told you, the reason why we use the blender, puff, and other tool after applying the spatula is because to blend out the border here. So it's gonna be more natural, like this. And you guys can see. See? I applied it like this. Very clean, very neat, very flawless, very thin, right? I applied it like this, but since I don't have a liquid blush, I'm just gonna use a tint. This is Spia Last Velvet Lip Tint, and I think I can use it as a blush. See, my skin looks amazing, right? My skin is not actually that amazing, but look how amazing my skin looks. Great, right? So, moving on. I'm gonna use this tint as a blusher. So just apply a little bit right here. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see? I applied the tint on the spatula, but in a very narrow side. So I'm just gonna blend it out like here. On the cheekbone. So it applies on very thinly. See? It applied on very thinly. And it has the tint still remained on the spatula. So it makes me use the least amount, so I can, express my skin and my blush very thinly. See how natural the blush looks. Very natural. You can also layer the foundation or the blush like this. If you feel that you need more coverage, then you can still layer on or apply blush or anything. Do you only blend out the border and leave the middle untouched? I'm still learning. It depends on how you want to do. Like sometimes I just blend only the border, but sometimes I also blend the center, because like the reason why we blend the border, like for example, let me show you again. Let me just apply roughly like this so you guys can see. So if you guys see here, where I applied with the spatula, there are borders on the outside. But there are also a line, the spatula line on the middle side, right? So there is a border on the middle, like the line on the middle. Then you can also blend out the middle part, the center part, not only the border part. So it depends. When there is no border or stuff like that, I don't actually blend out the center. But there is also a border on the center, then I also blend out the center. How hard do you press on the face when you use spatula for the product to get on the face? Honestly, I press it hard, real hard, but not like that much hard, If you want to know how much pressure you have to give, then just lightly just spread it. Don't press it. Just lightly spread the spatula. Don't press it. if you want to press it, you have to use a very safe, not very dangerous, very round, the rounds, if the spatula with round side. Because if you use other, tools, just like the tools I showed you, if it's a little bit sharp, then it might be a bit dangerous if you press it hard on your face. So, did my answer help you guys? My skin looks very neat and clean, by the way. Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. It did. Thank you for the valuable insight. Thank you for saying that. Before, after. Before, after. Just kidding. Wow, I just explained why we use spatula, other tools of spatula, how do we use spatula, and I also showed you each tool to apply on the foundation on my face, and now it's already gone 1 hour. Is there any questions? If there is other questions, then I can answer and just finish the live for today. Honestly, the live for today, it was kind of nervous for me because I thought of doing the live more comfortably to talk with you guys and just, communication from the last month live. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do the live very comfortably, and my boss and other people also told me to do the live very comfortably. But then the base makeup with spatula shorts video view started to grow up very fast, and a lot of people started to watch that shorts a lot, and subscribers suddenly keep going up. So I was like, okay, can I still do the live comfortably? So I got very nervous just before I started the live for today, but then I think it's okay because you guys participated in this live a lot, and I really appreciate it. And since you guys also asked many questions, there were times that was very, feels very comfortable for me. Doesn't need to be related to spatula for... No, not really. Not really. Like, it's just a method. It's just a very light method. So you guys can think of, like, you can also use spatula, you can also use brush, you can also use puff, you can also use your hands, but I was just talking about why do we use spatula? If we use spatula, what's the effect? Like that. I'm a new subscriber and I'm wondering how I am going to watch 400 videos because I'm addict to the content things. Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you so much. May I ask how you manage to keep your skin healthy with how many products you try on for each videos? Yes, I do apply a lot of skincare or many other cosmetic products. Like, for example, if we do like foundation review or like base makeup review, I actually really do apply on each shade So if there is like 12 shade, I have to apply on 12 shade. So my skin is not that kind of healthy. So if I apply that much product, my face gets red, very irritated. So I tend to use a lot of soothing skincare products and try not to wipe it, but just to dab it. So for example, after washing my face, a lot of I also do it usually. I also wipe the skin texture once and then apply the serum, ampule, or a cream kind of thing. But when my skin is irritated, I tend to just tab the toner pad or toner, not wipe, because my skin got irritated, so my skin kind of hurts if I apply that much product on my face. So that's how I manage to keep my skin healthy. Actually, I'm not a very you know, how do I say it? How do I say it? I can't think of the word. Maybe I should find it. I'm not a very I can't think of the word. Let me just say I'm a lazy person. So I am not very good at doing, you know, like managing my skin healthy, managing my skin good, like nice. I'm a very, very lazy person, so I'm not good at that. So the only thing I do is just to apply a soothing, calming skincare. I think that's all I do. May I ask, that's amazing. Thank you so much for your handwork and dedication. How many skincare products are you supposed to use? Because some people say to use a lot, and some people say to use only, well, I use only 2. So it really depends on your skin. It's very different people to people. Everyone is different. Everyone has different skin types. So like I'm saying, I always say applying too much skincare can be not that good. And applying too less skincare can also be not a good method for some people. So you gotta try it anyway by yourself. I have to go now, but thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for participating on our live. Thank you so much. I think that depends on person. Yes, depends on person to person. So you gotta try it on your skin. So, since I was late on our live, sorry for that. Sorry, I'll be more specifically be ready for the next live. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating for our live. Thank you for asking me a lot of questions. Thank you for your lovely, lovely comments. So yeah, maybe I should end right now since a lot of people are also gonna go. Oh, also, is it healthy to use more than one skincare face mask a day? Well, using a face mask, one skincare face mask a day is also a good method. Is also a good thing. I also have to use one face mask a day, but just like I said, I'm a very lazy person, so I do have a lot of face masks, but I don't use it. So yeah. If you're not a lazy person like me, then it's a good thing. Like I'm not saying you must do it. I'm just saying it might be a good way. It can be good to your skin. It's also a good method, so it's also good to try it. Okay? So I hope you guys feel that it was a very helpful live. Thank you for watching. So I'm just gonna do the closing that I do, and I hope you guys would have a great day. Thank you for watching my video today. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like buttons, and please leave some comments for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Bye guys. Best wishes. Thank you for participating. Bye.